Good morning, traders. Good morning. Welcome back to another live stream. Let me get to the right screen here. There we go. If you're new, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. Before we jump onto the charts on this beautiful November 4th, Tuesday, make sure you view us on the screen. Trading's risky. Most traders do lose money. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Always do your own research. Make your own decisions. Certainly your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts. And the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, Bookmap, and others. What's going on, traders? What is going on? How we doing today, chat? What's up, Team RDF? How are we feeling on this Tuesday, man? Who's ready to make some money? Who's ready to lose some money but follow their approach, their system, because we know we can't win every single trade every single day, even though we would certainly like to. What's up, guys? What's up, Tom? What's up, Pam? What's up, Wolf? What's up, Andrew? What's up, Dwayne? JB? Muhammad? Those on Kick, those on X, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Quick reminder, I'm on Kick, X, and YouTube. If you're over there on X, you have the worst latency out of everybody. I've tested them all. I've seen them all. You can watch the countdown timer. You can watch the time on my screen. X is the worst latency. Plus, I can't see you guys chat or do anything. Not that you really engage over there anyway, but more than happy to have you guys over here on YouTube chatting it up, or on Kick. Kick is actually the fastest, highest quality from what I've seen, and no ads. But you guys have your choice. That's the way we run this show. Now, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and get into it here. Glenn B, Trader Julie Kate, good morning. Omega, good morning. Rhombus. Andre, I said Andre already. A-Deal, what's up? Wolf got lucky in the EU session, up 200 on the Ignites. Nice, locked it up for the day. So I'm free to troll the entire stream. There you go. Great. Great. We'll get the, we'll make sure the market makers are aware. And we'll get ready to run the MXII, XI, MI, XI special inverse fair value upside down backwards scrambled egg gap, where they were going to sweep liquidity with the dark pools and trade like the banks, because we trade like the banks here at Real Deal Futures. All right, let's take a look at what we got going on here, man. YM selling off. YM is selling off. The other U.S. indices are also selling off. We do have... Let's just do a quick double check on news. Get comfortable for today. Didn't do anything in pre-market. I really haven't been doing too much in pre-market, man. The moves off the open with this, ever since this volatility, it's been too gnarly. It's really been too gnarly. Before this, in this type of volatility, I was taking really nice limit buys, limit sells, right above pre-market highs and lows, prior day highs and lows. It's been aggressive, man. It's been really, really aggressive. So I saw some of the posts. About Mr. Big Short, the dude they made the movie about, Mr. Michael, taking like big positions against big AI stocks, against some of like the favorites. I saw it reported, actually. Like, I get the financial newsletters and stuff. It was almost at the top of all of them. I was actually kind of surprised. I also saw some stuff about Palantir, and valuations getting a little bit crazy. Overall, as far as news, that's just the market speculation. Again, I try not to take too much of that stuff into context. I like to run my system, run my stupidly technical approach, staring at YM or whatever instrument that I'm trading on, whatever time frame I'm trading. That's it. But it was interesting to note some of that. I don't know if that's related to why we're selling off this morning, why we're down in the U.S. indices. Let's take a quick look around the horn at these. ES, as you can see, selling off as well from session changeover. Definitely looking weak, below VWAP here, not too far off of low of day. Let's go ahead and just take a look at NQ, see what NQ did. Extremely similar here on NQ. Yeah, these are down for sure. Opening up to the downside. we going to see the start of a sell-off? We going to see the start of a turn here? Or are we just coming back to reload? You know, are we just coming back down into this level of structure here? And, you know, if we look at this on a higher time frame, like, this is going to be the buying opportunity before we blast off, right? Kind of what we've been doing on all of these. You know, like, if you were going to trade off the 4-hour exclusively, where would you draw a potential support zone? Where would be prior highs tested in an uptrend, right? You know, right in here. So just to look at some higher time frame stuff, take a look before everybody and their mother starts saying, oh, we're gonna time for shorts. Oh my gosh, you know, that the top's in, that's it. I don't know that we're quite there yet. Yeah, nice pullback out of YM. So anyway, open up to the downside here, just more objectively. No news. That's what I was looking on the right-hand side when I was typing. No news, no red folder news events for today. Getting ready to open up here in about 2 minutes for NYSE Open, New York Stock Exchange Open, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Taking a look at this, starting to frame some trade ideas ahead of the open. We are opening up weak, right? Right at VWAP, actually down below VWAP here on the 15-minute chart. We are down below prior day low. Obviously also below value area low, point of control, and value area high. Now, we start to pull back up on this bad boy right off the open. Take a wild guess what I'm going to do. Going to look to fade it. I'm going to look to fade a pop to the upside, potentially for a reversion back down to VWAP, or even a continuation of this downtrend. I'd be looking around prior day's volume point of control here in YM. It's also going to be Friday's low. I like the way that lines up, right? It's going to be this Friday level as well. Hopefully, if we pop up, we could see some sellers step in. This big level of volume up here is definitely a problem. That could definitely be a problem child today if I'm looking to get short up here if we pop to the upside. We definitely might not do that. We could just test yesterday's low again, kind of dance up here for a minute, and then continue to dump. If we sell off really aggressively at the open, just looking way back in market structure price action here, getting a feel for this, I could see potentially a long play, but I'm going to be a little bit cautious on this one, to be honest, guys. We are opening up very weak, right? Looking at yesterday's candle, where we're opening in relation to that volume profile, we're opening up very weak right at VWAP after selling off really all night and now just catching a little bit of a reversion here as we open up right here, 9:30 a.m. Back into VWAP. So I'm going to be cautious on this, man. I'm going to be cautious on this. We sold off Asia, London. You know, that might be setting the tone for today to continue to the downside. I tried it long yesterday, survived by the skin of my teeth. The trade idea really wasn't beautiful. The entry, you know, I'm going to take that one every day. Entry was what it needed to be. Obviously, market kept me alive enough to generate some profit yesterday. But I want to see where we go today. We sold off pretty decently here. I'm trying to frame an idea to the downside where I'd like to get long. I don't think this would be enough for me. I don't know if just sweeping this low would be enough for me. I think I'd like to see a larger push to the downside. I have to scroll out so damn much because I can't see anything unless I scroll way out and look back over into October 25th. So bear with me on the 15-minute chart. Really zoomed out here, but if I was going to look long off of this bad boy, it would be down in here. It would be all the way down into the 700s, 46,700s, like way down. It'd be after a dump. I don't see myself getting long on a sweep of this low. It's not bad. It's not a bad spot, but we tested there overnight. If we come all the way back down and crack that, we could just be picking up some liquidity, but I think we could easily come lower on this by a couple hundred points, and I think I'd probably have to sit this out. So here we go, man. You know, opening up at VWAP and now starting to sell off really aggressively. This is some serious movement. This is definitely not super calm price action here, right? You know, we've already moved, you know, almost 500 points on YM to the downside in the overnight session. Here we are opening up on a move back to VWAP in pre-market and now selling off right from VWAP this might be all we need to do before we really continue the downside. So I'm gonna be cautious trying to jump in front of this train. If I jump in front of it, I want it to be after a serious push to the downside, kind of like what I was looking at yesterday, which I took and it worked out. Although it wasn't beautiful. But let's see. Let's see. No pop to the upside right off the open. At this point, if we sold off and I didn't catch a long down here, we came back up, I wouldn't look to fade that move. I think that would be the drive back higher, and I wouldn't be looking for a reversion. So this is going to be really a long opportunity. For me, personally, what I look for, how I trade YM off the open. On a pretty weak day, man, so I'm going to be cautious of this, but yeah, this is pretty gnarly, guys. This is pretty gnarly. You know, if you want to just follow the trend, right? Follow price action, follow market structure that we're seeing from the overnight session into this open, short anywhere, stop above a high, and just look for this to dump, right? You know, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with that. Just getting short right off the open. Bearish structure yesterday, continuing right off after the open through Asia, through London, test a VWAP, and then a short play to the downside. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Short right off of VWAP into the open. That would have been nice, but it's not my play, right? It's just not the way that I trade YM near NYSE open here. But I'm going to acknowledge this looks like it wants to break, at least for the most part, to the downside here. We oftentimes are going to sweep a high before we go lower, but we opened up back to VWAP. That might be all we need to do. Didn't even come up to yesterday's high after selling off through it in the overnight session around midnight. So this is definitely showing some weakness. We start to get below this low. That could just be a dip before we pop right back up, take all the early shorts out. But I think I'd have to wait for a more aggressive move to the downside. I mean, this thing is already showing some volatility. Again, we are almost 500 points to the downside on YM. About 1% down on the day. Yeah, 0.9% down on the day for this one. So this is pretty aggressive to the downside. Let's see. What's going on, guys? What's going on, chat? How are we doing today as we're watching this market start to sell off? Kind of focused up because if I'm gonna catch something, I think I gotta be paying attention here. This market ain't opening up calm. Let's see. Buffett indicator says we were over 200% above normal valuation. Yeah, that sounds about right. Market's just been on an absolute relentless tear to the upside. Probably my last day of trading for the week. Yo, Dwayne, working. Let's see. Wow. Gold just tanked. Nice. Morning, Cook Smith. Good morning, Aaron. Good morning, Purple Ninja. What's going on, Mad Moxie? Hoping NQ will touch overnight low, then go long, but see what it brings. This has to be attention to overvaluation of Mag 7. Yeah, something along those lines. Heavy volume traded on YM in the first 5 minutes, over 6,000 contracts. We will have plenty of opportunity. Yep. Yeah, this is some movement for sure. This is some movement. I'm gonna stay a little bit patient on this, guys. I'm gonna try to frame my trade ideas tactically, right? Reversion play is the first one up for grabs here. We sold off from VWAP, which I don't like as much as if we like opened up down here, sold off, and I look for a bounce back up to VWAP. But we did sell off from VWAP. We're coming down to sweep this low. Taking a look at ES bookmap as well. YM bookmap over here on the left-hand side. We'll leave that bad boy up. Nothing insane if I scroll way out. Got some on there, but pretty light. Quite a bit of volume traded for sure. Quite a bit of volume traded. You can see it on the traditional volume down here. A lot of volume traded. Yeah, guys, if I'm gonna look at this one long, again, I'm going way left, right? You know, here's my, just to talk about this, here where my analysis comes, right? If we're in a market that's pushing to the upside, continually pushing the upside, you don't have any structure looking left, right? When we're at all-time highs, we don't have anything to look left on, right? When we're selling off aggressively like this, you start scrolling out, you go, well, what's to the left, right? All the way back over here. So, you know, as we start to sell off like this, you're going to find me zooming out really aggressively and finding the next levels of structure, finding, you know, historical areas where we put up a fight, right? Buyers and sellers went at it and we traded some volume. But more technically and objectively speaking, tops and bottoms, right? Highs and lows before and after impulsive moves, volume points of controls, right? And for me, to the downside, looking at this, it's going to be like right in here. It's going to be like right in here. I was saying the 700s, that'd be really aggressively lower. It's not bad, right? Because if you were going to draw, you know, a zone here, it gets obviously choppy because we got below it. But you can see bottoms, right? Session bottoms, daily bottoms, you know, highs in really impulsive moves to the downside. Consolidation before big legs up. So, you know, this is an interesting spot on the chart, but before that, you know, because that's a little bit aggressive. Before that, the, you know, 150 points higher into this area right here, let's say the 850s to 900s, you know, area of high volume traded, multiple volume points of controls, tested before big impulsive moves to the upside. So if we're coming lower, right, where do I think we might find buyers? Trying to frame that out right now with you. I'm going to say first area of interest is right in here, 850s, right into the 850s. Area number 2 is going to be down here, where I have, if I mess around with, you know, with scrolling in and out enough, I can get this volume point of control wherever I want. But right in here, right, you can see exactly where that lines up. I think that's going to be my area of interest for a really aggressive long. If I'm going to try something on a down day, you know, after selling off from VWAP, it's got to be really aggressive. It's got to be really aggressive. So I think it's going to be into the 700s. I think it's going to be way into the 700s. I'm not going to test it from here. We could turn right back up. We could just sweep the low and pop right back up to the upside. But I think there's plenty more room to move on a day like today. And I don't want to be the first buyer here. So potentially a move down into the 46, 750s to 700s, around that level. That's where I'd be looking for a really aggressive long. We would definitely be exceeding average session lows, average session ranges, average daily ranges if we came all the way down that far. Yeah, you know, we're talking into the over 700 points to the downside, right? You can see what we've been doing the last few days. You can run an edgeful report and get this number, but you can see we'd be putting in a larger daily candle than we have prior days. Sometimes paying attention to that stuff can help. You got to be a little bit cautious with session ranges and average daily ranges. I think they can give you a little bit too much confidence during certain times. But we'll watch this a little more zoomed in. Let's see. Also, election day. It is election day. It is an election day. Correct. Yeah, it's, you know, Pam, we're talking about some of this stuff. I talk a lot more about it than I use it in my trading. I think it's important to note this because we're talking about, you know, what's going on in the market, right? I started talking about the Mr. Big Short talking about all of his positions, or I guess information was disclosed, that type of stuff, and market was talking about it. That stuff plays a role, right? The fundamentals obviously play a role, right? I've come to terms with the fact that I am not the fundamental trader. Whether it's just I have, despite going to business school, right, and considering myself a halfway decently intelligent person, maybe I'm just too dumb to put it together, too dumb to understand it, too slow to grab it. But I spent a lot of time in the past really studying the economics behind the market, right? How interest rate decisions should affect price, right? What unemployment numbers should do for movements, right, across both forex pairs and US indices, against metals. And I really could never grasp it in the sense that the market seemed to just do whatever it wants, right? And everybody, the talking heads, everybody that said people, obviously people that do it, for decades with fundamentals, the market should do something if this happens, right? If this is forecast and this is the number, this is what should happen. If this is forecast and it comes out here, this is what should happen. The market would seem to just do whatever it wants to do all the time. And then after the fact, there would always be some crazy back-end convoluted, well, of course the market didn't go up when it was supposed to go up because that was already priced in. And then XYZ, I'm looking at big orders right here on YM. I don't know if that's going to stay. That's a huge stack on Bookmap. Huge stack. Buyers driving this thing higher, obviously, guys. No sweep of the low, cracking right back up to the upside. Anyway, I'll shorten this. I'm not the fundamental trader. I think it's a loser's game to try to predict that stuff. If you could use it in the context of your technical trading, great. If you can combine it, great. I think for the most part, you got to decide whether you are a very heavily fundamentally based trader or a technical trader. I find trying to predict and interpret and utilize a lot of fundamentals in your intraday trading decisions on the U.S. indices to be an absolute nightmare to try to do. I hardly see anybody do that with any success. I really do. I see people talk about it. They use it in context. But for the most part, for me, it overwhelmed information, and I was not able to use it well. I'm much better off, honestly, not opening CNBC, not opening anything to do with what's going on in the market, just looking at the technicals, looking at price, volume, time, order flow, what I use, and being aware of high-impact financial news events, periods where volatility may increase and decrease. But we're trading U.S. indices here, right? We're trading the market. When we have big movements, we do want to talk about kind of what's going on behind the scenes, but I wanted to grain of salt that and talk about it, right? I used to say things, right? I'd be in other communities. I would talk about, something going on that I read on CNBC or, whatever I was watching on, some financial newsletter. And, the more experienced traders would go, that's great, Zach. How are you going to use that today? How does that help you? You're going to do something with that? And are you just going to go short? You're just going to go long? Like, what are you going to do? And I'd go, I don't know. Maybe I would do this. Maybe I'd do that. And they go, okay, so that information might not be helping you. It's probably just confusing you. Maybe it's creating an unhealthy bias where you're going to just do something ever so slightly different. And you're not backtesting with that, are you? Are you backtesting when you read, a financial news site in the morning of your backtest? You're not trading with that every single day. You just read a tweet on what somebody said. So it was kind of important to note some of that stuff. Hella buying pressure here, guys. That's a wick down, and the price is just getting driven higher, obviously. I'm interested to see what we do up here. If we crack to the upside, I might look to short this. I'm not convinced that this is done. I'm not convinced that this is the low of the day. I am not convinced on this one at all. We're only just back at VWAP here, but if we crack higher, I may look to fade this. I think this could be the fake out, take everybody out they got short, pop all the stops, run liquidity, and then dump, right? So, here we go, back up towards maybe potentially prior day low. Looks like we want to grab that in YM. maybe potentially, overnight session highs and this area of high volume, right? VWAP Friday's low, right? Prior week, this is a prior week high. Yeah, 2 weeks prior high, right? I can see a short off that level. Or, and if I'm dead wrong up here, we turn this into just a huge bullish day. We rip higher. But I can see an aggressive short up here for a continuation back down to VWAP, a continuation lower. We really didn't put a big, strong low in here. We cracked to the downside, immediately got bought back up. We're going to come through VWAP, or at least it looks like we're trying to come through VWAP. Yeah, here's what I was saying. Huge order off the book. Like I said, not sure that was going to stay there. That looked like a bunch of BS. Some manipulation. But interesting to see this. So anyway, you guys hear me talk about stuff. You hear me talk about different things in the market. Grain of salt it. For the most part, I don't pay attention to the news. I pay attention to the trend in the market. I pay attention to price action, market structure, volume. I like to know what's going on from a really, really zoomed out perspective, because I think it's interesting when so many market participants are calling for one thing to happen, and then I kind of watch how that oftentimes doesn't happen. It's delayed. Sometimes it does happen. Just kind of interesting to watch that play out. But I don't really utilize what CNBC is saying in the morning in my trading, right? Overall, I like to get a feel for what's going on, but mainly the fundamentals that I pay attention to are going to be high impact news events. And I'm not trying to predict those. I'm not trying to say, I think, well, it's forecast this, and last time it was this, and the market's going to go up because it's expected to be this much, and I'm going to go long before that. Nope. I just pay attention to when that is and decide whether or not I want to be trading through it, how I want to respond to the likely increase in volatility around that time, before, during, after, and then how I'm going to trade before, during, after it. But very technically based for me. But, decide how you want to handle that for yourself. I think a lot of traders get clouded by it because they think they have to know what's going on. They have to be able to have a conversation, at a table with people that are, reading, whatever financial news site every day. And I don't think so at all for intraday traders. Majority that I find, and what I find helps me most, is being very, very technical. Focusing much more of that energy on pattern recognition, implicit memory, reading of the technical tools that you're using to make trading decisions, structuring risk, execution, mindset, not, well, what is the Fed maybe going to do, or how did Jerome Powell answer a question, and then how did the market perceive that, and then what does that mean for tomorrow? And it just gets to be a lot. So anyway, I opened up talking about it, but trying to grain of salt myself and say, let you guys know. I think it's interesting to talk about some of that stuff, but it's more just kind of like the for fun speculation. It's not really applied heavily to trading decisions for me. Yeah, man, watching this thing get close to this prior day low. Found some sellers here. Trying to prepare myself for a potential trade. If we come all the way back up on this, we're going to be erasing the move. Really erasing this move to the downside. Got to make a decision. I think if we pop to the upside, we come up here. Right? Come right into the 500s, right around the 500s, 450s, 500s. And am I going to look to short that? Probably. Morning, Nate. What's up? Relaxing Zen. What's up? Good morning. Jake Crosby, but then it never happens like it should. Yeah. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Heavy aggressive buyer stepping in on YM. Will they hodl? Will they hold on for dear life? It looks like they want to right now, man. This could be an interesting one, guys. This could be a really interesting one. Sell off yesterday, selling off all night, and then, big reversion play back up to the upside. I'm going to try to trade this from the extremes, but we're going to have to see what this looks like. That's a test of prior day low. Putting in session highs here, coming into 10 a.m. Eastern. Initial balance could help us out a little bit once that sets. Like, I'd like the push to come now. I'd like this aggressive pop to the upside. That might be it. That might be it. We're going to see. Sup, Zach? Looks like another patient morning. Yeah, always a patient morning, guys. Always a patient morning. All right, you want to be ready to execute, but you want to be patient. Zach, man, I admire your work. Thanks for the hard work you put in for us. Hey, I appreciate you, man. The good news. Thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for being here. Happy to be here with you guys every dang day, 9:15 a.m. Eastern, 100% free. I also run a free Discord. Link is in the chat. Oh, I got top one pinned today. I'll throw the link to the 100% free trading Discord. We do giveaways in here. We do giveaways in Discord. We try to have fun. I yap about all the stuff that goes into my trading, the good, the bad, everything in between. Appreciate you guys being here. A lot of volume. So we know what happened. This huge fall. Caught some of the long last night, and I'm long from 682 after averaging into 8 micros. Already up 1100 realized across 3 combines and next FA. Nice. It's been a rough month. Plus though, hey, I feel that. Yeah, I feel that, man. Ebbs and flows, guys. Ebbs and flows. That's how most traders. That's how my trading looks. You're hot, and then you're not. Right? Market agrees with you, and then it doesn't agree with you. Right? Really shouldn't be judging your trading on what happens in 1 week time, right? Or 1 month time. It's hard to do as when you're coming up. It's definitely hard to do when you're coming up, but it's the long game, guys. Man, this one is interesting. This one's interesting. I don't know that we flip this. I don't know that we flip this bullish, right? Like we're still red on the day. You know, we're still looking at a daily candle. You know, here's the daily candle, right? I think it'd be interesting to look at the daily. I haven't really been looking at it too much with you guys. I think we squeeze for a bit and then we potentially fill this out, or we close red. You know, if we flip this into a wild, huge wick to the downside and pop back up, put a big range in, it's not impossible for that to happen at all. Anything can happen for any time, for any reason, right? That's the saying. But I think we're more likely to come back down on this, man. We are still red really across the board. So I'm not going to mind the short on it. It's just where would I like it? I really don't have a great spot for this. I don't think this is a good spot at all. It is right above this consolidation that we had in pre-market above VWAP, but I don't love this for an entry here. Don't love something like this. I think I'm going to be looking up here. I think probably below this volume point of control, below all of this, because I think we could just dip our toes into this and then really generate a nice W. I just don't know if we get this, but in here is dicey, man. In here is dicey, right? You could take it right off of yesterday's low. I don't think there's anything terrible about that. That might be what we needed to do. We blasted through that in the overnight session, right? Really early, actually, not even London, through Asia, and maybe that's just going to be a test. But if I'm wrong, I want to be really dead wrong, like I talk about, and I think a pop back up here before we sold back off, stopping me out right in here, I'd say, well, I wasn't really wrong. I had it right. We were coming back down. I was just too aggressive with my entry. So identifying this one. I think I'm going to be looking, yeah, here's value area low. I think I'm going to be looking off, you know, yesterday's volume point of control, right? Key level, near the close. Near the close, near the top of this candle. I don't know if we get that though. I really don't know if we get that. Yeah, I might not be seeing too much here. Or no, I might not find my way into too much here, guys. Just looking at this, right? If we start to chop around, we start to just dance around here, there's nothing. I'm not interested at all in here. If we sell off after doing this, I'm not looking long. That the move was short, right? And I think we're going to. I don't know. I don't know that we pop back up on this. If we just sold off on this after faking everybody out to the downside, popping back up, taking out highs, and then coming back down through, you know, what's probably going to be our initial balance low and the daily candle low, and we start pushing lower, I'm not looking to short that. I think we could dump. I think we could come all the way down to this level. Buys are not going to be in store really at all on something like this until later in the day. So if we turn from up here, I'm not in it, obviously. This isn't terrible, right? This is not terrible. Like I said, right off of yesterday's low, just kind of framing out right around where my, you know, my stop loss would probably be with 1 mini at about $1,000, right? That's the wide starting point that I like to have for my trades. I'd like an entry closer up here. I'd like an entry in here with a stop loss outside of all of this and validation point way out here. Where if we come up, flip this to a bullish candle and keep going, I'm wrong. And it is just going to be a huge push to the upside, long wick to the downside, immediate, you know, not immediate, but because we sold off first, but a complete reversal on the day. And I really only like that like way outside here. And I'm not going to do anything like that. That'd be pretty crazy. You can, but to generate any kind of, you know, nice positive risk to reward, it'd have to be a huge sell-off. Could run minis on something like this, but could run something like that as well. Just really aggressively off of prior day low here. Ooh, we got some news coming in at 10? I don't think so. No. YM got dark. Yeah, I think we come back down on this, guys. I think we come back down on this. Anyway, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and sit patient. Not terrible. Like I wouldn't kick myself if I took this short and took an L. I just really, again, I try to avoid this from happening, right? Like for example, let's say I got short right off of yesterday's low, like right in here, you know, for this, and we sold off, right? And we're gonna sell off further, and we pull one of these. We go and hit yesterday's volume point of control, this area of high volume, and then we dump, right? And I'm stuck with this. And had I waited, you know, and gotten a stop with a really, really nice invalidation point, rather than, you know, within the bearish candle that's forming, and before, you know, yesterday's volume point of control, pretty key level, I take a stop and then we turn. These are very painful, and I try to avoid them. I like to be short, and if I'm wrong, I like this to happen. I really do. I'm just, the market is you know, not agreeing with me at all, and my invalidation point is fine. The market continued a lot further, and I can't always avoid that from happening. I can't always avoid the wick outs. They're going to come, right? There's a saying from one of the market wizards that goes, the best way to avoid whipsaws or wick outs, whatever he called it, is to not trade. You know, essentially, like, it's going to happen eventually to you. So anyway, I'm going to stay patient on this one, guys. I think there's short opportunity here today. It's aggressive, right, against the movement that we've seen so far from the open here on YM. I don't know that we flipped this bullish, and I'd like a really aggressive short back down, at least towards VWAP. if not for a larger push down on the day. I think there's a lot of opportunity. If we turn this thing back down, I think there's a lot of opportunity to the downside. So, you kind of have to weigh that as well. As you get more experience as a trader, if you're discretionary with your trade management, the way that I am, right? As in, I'm not always going to close my trades at the exact same spot, at a fixed risk to reward, right? You can weigh opportunity based on the volatility, based on the movement, based on where the hell you are relative to the price action market structure that's forming on the chart. And you can say, this thing, I believe, has a lot of room today based on XYZ, right? Maybe we have a tiny candle that's formed so far. Average session range is random number, 600 points, right? We've moved 200. You have a lot of opportunity. Maybe on another day, it opens up, market's already moved 700 points, and now we're chopping back at VWAP. And you go, well, I don't think there's as much opportunity. At very best, I'm looking to, capitalize on this small movement here. So, that this gets a little bit more, not advanced, but a little bit more past the point of, if X happens on the chart, I put a 1-to-1 trade on and I let it go to stop loss or break even, right? This gets to the point of, well, I'm discretionary with my closes. And this looks like a great trading opportunity by way of it playing out, and also by the movement that I can see in the direction of my trade if this works out, right? So it's different. Let's see, though. Let's see as we're hanging out, yapping today. Today might be the best day I've ever had if it pushes a little bit higher. Damn. Send it, brother. I hope the market rips for you. Got long on the break of 68.40. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. See if that can break. I'm looking at ES over here. Yeah, ES is pushing back up above VWAP. Very similar structure out of all of these today. Almost identical. They are all moving in unison to the upside. I'm not going to swap this chart out, but ES, NQ, and YM are all looking very, very similar by way of structure. Going for a break. Oh, I'm sorry. Target of 68.40. Nice. Took a W. Beautiful. Just max profit 250K combines trading already. Very nice. 50K, 150K XFA still running. Nice. That's awesome. Blessed. Oh yeah. Nate, when you take a payout, have a pizza party. Yeah, pizza parties for payouts, guys. Last payout was end of September. We'd love to take a nice one in November. Nice, man. You guys know the drill where you're at, right? Focus on the process, right? The payouts, the profit, right? The W's, that's the result of good trading. That's the result of good trading. Here we go, man. Continuing higher. Buyer still pushing this bad boy higher. I'm still looking to fade this, guys. I'm gonna be the only idiot on YouTube fading this pop back up, but I'm gonna look to fade this. I just wonder if I'll get the entry point that I want. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to see it. Looking towards that volume point of control. Not exactly into it, but a little bit higher than this. A little bit higher than this. I'm going to say the 400s. No, right into the 375s. 375s would be valid for me. Right into this little area consolidation off of the open here. Stop loss above this. Stop loss above this. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I think we come down. I think we fake everybody out to the, and I think it could be a larger move, man. I think we fake everybody out to the downside, and then we take everyone out on this fake out, and we trap longs on this push to the upside, and then we go run this stop down here, right? If you're long on this at the worst, where's your stop? Here or here? If we turn and we head down lower and we come through this after this movement, you know, the market might move. Market might move, right? We oftentimes, you just get this from pattern recognition. You might say, why, Zach? Why do you see that? watch the market long enough, right? Before big movements, right? Before big down days or during big down days or big up days, what do we often get at some point during the day? A wild wick in the opposite direction, a big move in the opposite direction, and then a continuation all the way down. And it's often very frustrating if you're already in where, you know, you had the movement right, you know, we were going to sell off on the day, we were going to push lower, but not before the market pumps 300 points, you know, on Dow and then, you know, turns, something like that. So let's see, guys. Could of course, like, could be completely, you know, wrong. It could just be the wick lower, you know, fake out actually to the downside, trap shorts, and then we're going to continue higher, right? And we're just going to turn this into a nice big bullish day. We're going to come, you know, all the way back up here, right? And this is just going to be a bunch of BS. Market's going to say we don't care about whatever anybody's doing with AI stocks and overvaluation. We're going right back through the highs, right? Market do whatever it wants to do. Technically speaking, right, outside of all of that, opening up bearish overall, right, down below prior day low, pulling back up towards prior day volume point of control, looking for a short. I'm valid for that one in my book, my playbook. I'm fine on that. Happy to take that one and you know, and take an L if I have to. Ooh, that was a lot of volume to the downside right there, YM. Uh-oh, chat. Oh yeah, this is gonna roll over, man. This is gonna roll over. At least we'll see. We'll see what my bias is telling me. My gut tells me that we sell off, man, and we create the account blower day. I think this is rolling over. CBD continuing to drop off on a huge push to the upside from ES. You know, not doing anything. We're at negative, you know, 1300. Really aggressive wicks lower on declining cumulative volume delta. I don't know, man. I think we come through the lows. I think we come through the lows on this. I can't take it from right in here. I don't want to stop in here. I don't want to stop in here, man, at all. It's not a good invalidation point. Volume point of control, an untested volume point of control from prior day is not a good stop loss point. It's not a good invalidation point as we're cracking to the upside and we have pushed, you know, 330 points to the upside. But I think we come lower. Let's see, guys. I gotta wait patiently, right? I gotta wait for my setup. I said at the earliest 375s. I'm gonna put a line on the chart. You know, here's sometimes how it helps. At the earliest, right? At the earliest, right? That's still early. That's still early, but from a not even really, man. That's still early. From a risk perspective, into the 375s at least would start to give me a way to structure risk that makes sense to me. But let's see. Yeah, if we get I'll tell you, if we get a really quick wick, if we get an aggressive crack to the upside real quick, I'm gonna fade it. I'm gonna mark it in as we push up really aggressively higher. And again, could be completely dead wrong. Could get my face ripped off. We could just pump. We can come right back through to the 700s and turn this into just a big push to the upside. Complete reversion. So let's see. NQ looks to be turning. Could see all indices follow. Let's see. I think if ES flips yesterday low, we are going to Asia high. Out at 2/3, trailing last 5 micros in case it wants to run all the way back down to yesterday's settlement. Let's see it, guys. Let's see it. See what we got. We got movement today, though. Trading 335s here on YM. Let's see. Appreciate you guys hopping on as always, yo. As always. Thanks for being here, guys. More and more people hopping on every day. The numbers are crazy. I'm very grateful for everybody that hops on. I try to say it every single session. Yeah, it's wild, man. It's wild. I'm averaging over 100 now across streams, well over 100 most days across platforms. It's awesome. Appreciate you guys being here. And I don't know, we did hella giveaways last week. Maybe we see some of that start to pick back up. I posted a couple things today, tried to give you guys a heads up. We'll have to see. But if you're on here and you want to help me out, smash like, smash subscribe. Feel free to not do that. Here's the call out. If you're on Kick, feel free to follow, sub, do whatever you want to do. Appreciate you guys. Let's see. Coming into the 350s here on YM. Still going, getting close, getting really close to this level, guys. Really close to this area. I was looking for the 375s. Just a little bit of consolidation after that push. I think we could turn before this area of high volume, but it would allow me to get a stop loss outside of this area of high volume, above yesterday's volume point of control. I'm looking to short this, guys. I'm getting in on this. I got to do it. Too much opportunity to the downside. We could absolutely just rip today, but there's too much opportunity to the downside. We hit my 75s. I don't want to miss a level on the chart that I've been watching patiently as we continue to push to the upside. I don't love being short aggressively through below volume point of control from prior day untested, because that is a key level. But bearish movement, big push back up to the upside. I'm looking at this thing rolling over, and if it starts to, I think I could capture a really nice win out of this. So again, one of those situations where, you know, an aggressive trade where I have full risk on, but a lot of opportunity. If we are going to put a bearish candle in, even just a remotely bearish one, we don't even come back down to challenge that low. Lot of opportunity back down to VWAP, a lot of opportunity even remotely close to initial balance low, which looks like is going to set here in the next 15 minutes. Aggressive, you know, more conservative, and well, depending on how the way you look at it, right? More aggressively counter to the trend, but maybe more conservative, waiting with a stop loss even farther outside would be all the way back up here, yesterday's volume point of control. I'm taking it from down here. One of the 75s, the 375s to get hit. Looking at that for a short to the downside. So I'm in from 47,363, stop at 47,562. Looking at a really aggressive short play for a continuation of the downside, turning this thing into a crazy frustrating day for a lot of traders that got in short here, got in long here, and maybe we turn this bad boy back down. So I'm running this no take profit, fixed stop loss as I often do. Just outside of this volume point of control. If we come up here, if we pop up here, it's going to be a quick stop. I can see it. If we pop up here really aggressively, maybe we just wake up a little bit higher, one more push. But if we pop all the way up here, we trade 100, 150 points higher, I think there's a really good opportunity for me to get stopped out up here. I'd be able to test yesterday's volume point of control. I'm above that with an invalidation point by 75 points. But this market's moving today, so, I think if we come up here, we could easily wick and then come back down, or we just continue. Honestly, if we come up here, we're coming all the way back up to the 700s, and this is just a fake out to the downside overnight. Bulls in town, pushing this bad boy higher. So let's see what we get, guys. Let's see what we get today. Let's see. Take your time to think about payouts. Secure payout. Well done. ADO's long. Yeah, guys, listen. You gotta follow your approach, right? Wins, losses. Like I always say, like I talked about a lot yesterday. We talked about the mindset around trading. I have no idea what's gonna happen next, right, guys? I have no idea. I'm sorry to disappoint you if you thought that anybody that's a profitable trader or that was making some money or taking payouts knew what was going to happen next on any one individual trade idea. I have not found that person yet. I'd like to. But that's why we use stop losses. That's why we think in large sample sizes. We put our trades on as they come without reservation or hesitation and take our losses on the chin. And we take our wins in stride, knowing that, we're not a genius when we take the W. But I started talking about it. It's 10:19. I'm going to kick this off early, guys. We got a giveaway today. We got an account to give away. We got a giveaway to give away. We got an account to give away today, a 50K Ignite instant funded account from Top 1 Futures. If you want to get a chance to win this bad boy, damn, come on, man. What's going on? Live stream, load up for me. There we go. We got 50 some odd people on here. Here's how we're going to run it, guys. We got a trade on. We're hanging out. We're not going anywhere just yet. Giveaway of 75 likes. We're going to run a giveaway for a Top 1 Futures Ignite 50K instant funded account. No purchase necessary. You don't have to do anything. You have to buy anything. Just fill out a form when it drops in the chat, and it will drop at 75 likes on the YouTube live stream. We'll run some duck races today, chat. We're going to run some duck races. But in the meantime, I am short. YM. See if we can't get paid on this bad boy. If you want to, yeah, I'm sorry guys. I'm trying to get this thing to load up. I don't know why I got some lag going on. If you want to check out Top 1 Futures, the screen that's showing right now, 50% off with code RDF, 55% off the instant funded accounts, the OG instant funded accounts with Top 1 Futures. Link is in the chat. You guys can check these out. Support me, support yourself with the best deal. It's better than the email, the Discord, anywhere that you find on the site. But as always, guys, always mention it. Always try to be transparent. I am partnered. I'm affiliated. I stand to make money. I can't be unbiased if I stand to make money. Important for you to know that, to do your own research, make your own decisions. Let's see what we get out of this one, guys. I will be right back. Chat. How we doing, chat? How did chair do? Not bad. Not bad. Let's see. Let's see the sell-off, chat. Chair didn't talk much. Yeah, chair doesn't really talk too much. I had a ski mask for you guys that are not regulars. I had a ski mask that I had on the back of damn it. I had a ski mask that I had on the back of chair for a while with giving chair a face. We dropped ducks in the chat. Oh yeah, we see it. We see the ducks. Let's see if I can do this way. There we go. With the wired headphones. Trying to prevent myself from dying from Bluetooth poisoning, or I don't know. I watched too many conspiracy theory videos. Yeah, not looking too bad, guys. We're gonna have to see on this one. We're gonna have to see on this one, man. I think we have a beautiful opportunity for a sell-off today. Does that happen? Does that come to fruition? I don't know. I have no idea. But so far, this don't look horrible. This don't look horrible, chat. Let's see. Anyway, guys, we're trying to run a giveaway here. Y'all gotta hit the like button. We are running a giveaway for one of these accounts. No purchase necessary. At 75 likes on the YouTube live stream. If you're watching on Kick and X, I appreciate you. You guys will get the form also. But, what the hell? You guys will get the form also, but why is my chat not working? Don't mess with me, YouTube. What's going on? That's weird. I don't know, man. My YouTube's messing with me today. Everything else looks like it's running normally, but likes were lagging. I couldn't see the chat. I don't know, man. It's YouTube's all over the place today. Who knows? We'll find out. Anyway, appreciate you guys for hopping on. Yeah, there we go. 61 likes, 62 likes. Okay, now we're back up. We're going to get this form ready to roll. We'll get somebody funded with an instant funded account here from Top 1 Futures, a 50K Ignite account. If you want to check them out, I'll throw the link in the chat. Guys, this is my preferred, obviously biased, my preferred prop firm. My preferred prop firm deal is this one right here. The OG instant funded accounts. These have some of the best rules to pricing industry-wide. Fastest path to a live account. There's definitely not the best for everybody, in my humble opinion. It's kind of like everything in life. Just depends on you, right? Your preferences, things that you like and don't like. But I would encourage you to put them up against the competition. I also have heard, chat, multiple times like we've talked about, but I've also heard that Top 1 Futures is likely going to be offering Tradeovate as a trading platform. They've hinted at it a couple times. What's up, Mike Z on Kick? They've hinted at it a couple times. We've talked about it a lot. I believe that we're going to see Tradeovate offered from Top 1 Futures very, very, very soon. So it's not my preferred platform, but I know a lot of traders like it. I know some traders are not super stoked on the issues with Project X that we've seen over the last couple weeks. But in the very, very, very near future, hop in my Discord if you want always the insider information that I try to provide to everybody without getting yelled at. We're going to see Tradeovate. We'll see Tradeovate real soon. If you guys are not in the Discord, there it is right there. Links in the chat. Feel free. 100% free trading Discord. No VIP, no course, no nothing, man. Oh, let's go. We got 67 likes, man. We're getting ready to drop the form at 75 likes. Still waiting on Trading View. Yeah. So once Tradeovate launches, also just so you guys were clear about this, once Tradeovate launches, and NinjaTrader, which is going to be those two, you can also log in to TradingView from Tradeovate or from Ninja. I think from Tradeovate specifically. So that's coming soon. That's coming soon. Yep, I like Tradeovate, so I can use TradingView. Yep, absolutely. Yo, guys are running it up. I could see you guys are ready to go. Nice. I just had to log back into my email, and I really enjoy the live account because it has daily payouts. For those of you that don't know, this is a Top 1 Futures pre-live account, technically called a pre-live account. Got kicked in about 3 weeks ago now. It's a 15K pre-live account. It's what you get moved to in prop firms after you trade well enough, or they decide you're a liability because you're doing too well, however you want to look at it. They have some unique benefits. They're all different, but Top 1 Futures is multiple. You have daily payouts. You can request a payout every 24 hours. No minimum trading days to pay out. No consistency rule. Unlimited, uncapped upside potential for you to withdraw as much as you want. It does go 80-20. You're limited on contracts. You have a daily loss limit. You have a max loss limit. All these things are in place. But payout-wise, from Top 1, payout speed, which was talked about a lot in the past. They did have some delays. Definitely had some growing pains. They are back up to speed, man. Let's see, November 3rd. I actually get the time here. I requested at 1:33, and it was paid out at 6:55 p.m. Same day. So I think obviously I'm a partner. I'm biased, right? I'm affiliated. Grain of salt what I have to say, but I've seen a lot from my community sharing the same. Very quick payout speeds. All right, guys, let's get this giveaway rolling. Y'all know the drill. It's giveaway time. We're giving out a Top 1 Futures. I have to repeat it because we do different giveaways. Giving out a Top 1 Futures 50K Ignite instant funded account. There we go. All right, link is in the chat right now. Let's run it. Link is in the chat. It's going to be pinned to the top of the chat. It's pinned. It's on Kick as well. And I'm going to give you guys on X a shot as well. We need some positivity on X. It's a real hellhole over there, if I do say so myself. Not for you guys that are on my stream and not my followers, but just in general. Man, every time I go on there, I leave like more upset than when I went on there. I never really feel better. Not a lot of people talking about actually trading on there, just everything around trading. All right, it's in the chat on YouTube as well, if you guys want to get that one filled out. Excuse me, it's on the chat on X, on Twitter. If you guys want to get that filled out, it's in the live chat. You don't have to do anything. Also, free means free. We're in a trade right now. I am short from 63. Stop at 562. Gonna see if this bad boy can't turn to the downside. We started to get some hesitation. It looks like we want to get really close to breaking to the upside for this 1030. Looks very likely that we break it. We know if we break it, we often don't come down and break the low. That's okay. I'm okay with all of those stats today. I think we got huge potential if we start to turn. Even on a move back down to VWAP would generate a nice W for me. Does that happen today? I don't know. Don't know. We're going to find out live here together. All right, let's see what we got, chat. Guys are getting the form filled out. I see responses rolling in. We're going to get the ducks ready to roll. We're going to get our ducks in a line. Streamer Hub, is daily payouts an add-on? No, daily payouts is not an add-on. So let's talk about this. From Top 1 Futures, let me pull up Top 1 Futures. You got to grasp this one. There we go. Whoa. All right, from Top 1 Futures. Here's Matt, the CEO. You have multiple different account choices here, right? You have what they're calling the most popular and my favorite, the instant sim funded. This is your standard end of day trailing drawdown. Nice consistency rule, 20%, reasonable daily loss limit, reasonable profit target, decent amount that you get paid out. This is, in my humble opinion, one of the best instant funded accounts industry-wide in the market. It's on Project X, which I prefer. Copy trade up to 5 or 3, depending on the account size, okay? None of these have daily payouts. I'm going to get to that point in a second. You have the one that we're talking about here and giving away today, which is the cheapest in the industry. $179 for a 50K, instant funded. No activation fee, no challenge, no time limits, no nothing. You have some limitations on this one. I have a video breaking down all of the differences. You got somewhere in between here, the straight to sim funded pro account. This is the intraday trailing drawdown account. Then they also have challenge accounts, right? Your kind of standard eval accounts. What happens is, once you trade well enough, you start taking some payouts, you start trading with some consistency, they consider you for a live account. The first move with Top 1 Futures, when you get called up to a live account, they call it a pre-live account. It's the same exact thing, except your orders aren't getting sent to market, right? From a trader perspective, all the benefits are the same. Maybe people like it even more because you actually get sim fills. But once you get kicked from any one of these to a live account, similar at other prop firms, you're considered after multiple payouts from the same account and or just multiple payouts in general. Top 1 Futures has one of the fastest paths to live account out of any firm. 2 to 3 payouts from the same account, you're getting considered for a live account. Once you get moved, with potentially up to 10% of the starting balance of any account that you're getting moved from, you have a bunch of other benefits and drawbacks, because it's a double-edged sword, as always with props. You have daily payouts. Every 24 hours, you're able to request a payout, and it has to be paid out and cleared. No consistency rule. No, obviously, like no time limits, no activation, none of that stuff. Uncapped, unlimited withdrawal if you run it up. Some of the drawbacks, you are going from a 90-10 to an 80-20 profit split. You have maximum contract size limits that are tighter than what they allow in sim in general. You see this across multiple firms. You also have a daily loss limit and a max loss limit. Those are pretty wide from my experience. Contract limit is pretty damn tight. I will say that for sure. But I think they watched everybody. I know what happened. They watched everybody blow up in live accounts off the bat. But if your goal is a live account with a prop firm, which if you're getting consistent, you're getting some payouts, you might want to think about that. I think Top 1 Futures is a great option for that. Great option for that. But, you know, there's drawbacks compared to other firms. You know, every live program is different. The speed at which you get moved, how much you could take from sim to live, whether or not you're ever able to touch that money. You know, consistency rules, minimum trading days before you could take a payout, what percent of your profit you could take out. You know, all of these things differ between firms. So, as always, guys, do your own research. You know, make your own decisions. But wanted to clarify that. But it's giveaway time. We're going to come up on about 10 minutes, guys. Coming up on the end of this. Go ahead, get the form filled out. It is pinned in the chat. I'll throw it in there again for everybody, just in case you missed it. And give you guys another couple minutes here to get this one filled out. Form is live. X, it's on X as well. If you guys want a chance to win a Top 1 Futures 50K Ignite account. That's the one we're giving out. Somebody getting funded today. Somebody's getting funded. Trade-wise, we are not getting the rejection I would have liked to see here. Looks like we might want to go up and grab that overnight high, that Asia-London high. Maybe prior day volume point of control. If we start to push, that's where I'm looking on this one. ES still pushing the upside. NQ kind of chopping a little bit. They definitely started to slow down. Volume died down on these. We're going to have to see. Going to see if we turn this into a big bullish day or if we're going to flip short here. Time will tell. Sounds like some of you guys were getting long on this. I had somebody say, no, Zach, don't short. I think it's always funny when, when we get call outs like that. I actually enjoy it. I like to do the opposite of what everybody else is doing. But we'll see. I like Trading View. We talked about Trading View. 4 more. Let's see. ES, not Eagles. ES yesterday lows. I think we might explode. Let's go Ducks. Question, Zach, what happens if someone blows a live account? I traded for 30 days. I traded for 30 days and lost a live. Then what? I get to start again from evals. Here's what we got on that, Wolf. There is no one clear answer. Just so you know, when you get considered for live at a prop firm, you're considered. There's no guarantee exact XYZ happens, right? It's the prop firm actually looking to, manage risk with you and hopefully turn you into somebody that's making money for them. If you get moved into a live account with any firm and blow it, depending on what happened, usually you get a second chance, right? You get a second chance like going back to sim. Now, many things would not have that happen, right? Like a lot of traders, as we know, like to leverage the sim environment. They don't want to trade live accounts. They don't want to manage risk. They just want to smash the reset button and they want to trade wildly aggressively. I'm not going to go into the conversation as to why that is, but they will intentionally blow a live account, immediately blow a live account, right? Top One Futures saw that happen. It happens at a lot of other firms. You're not allowed to do that. That's a prohibited practice. Avoiding a move to live, blowing your sim accounts before you get considered, before you get moved live is also a prohibited practice. It can get you banned from firms. If that happens, or you just absolutely blow up in a live account, whatever you had worked really well in sim and it did not work at all in live, multiple situations like that, you could be looked at as somebody that's not going to be a good fit for a live account at all. You've been paid out in sim and they might limit you. They could put you in some kind of focused trader program. Again, talking about Top One and just prop firms in general, they can say, good game, you're done. You ran it up in sim and you can't trade live. So we're going to shake your hand and say, no harm, no foul, go on your merry way. They put you right back into the accounts that you had. They start you from, with one account, all these different things. If you blow up multiple times after getting sim accounts, max payouts, and then into a live account, and you continue to blow up in live, like if they do give you a second chance, you're almost guaranteed a ban. I've seen that happen across all firms. They're not going to let you stay in sim, blow up in live, stay in sim, blow up in live, right? It just, it's not gonna work. If you traded well, right? If you traded well in live, well enough, or even just halfway decent, I've seen a lot of traders from Top One specifically get put into one account. They allow them to purchase one sim account, and they tell them after one payout, you're able to get moved right back into a live account, which is different than most firms. And I think it's pretty advantageous, right? You made it all the way to that live account. You took multiple payouts. They're not really starting you from scratch. They say, go ahead, get a 150K account, build a buffer, do what you did. Let's put you back in live and give you a second shot. But it's not a clear cut if this, then that happens. And a lot of people are looking for that answer. It's not a clear cut answer. You should be able to get a feel and have an idea for what's going to happen, right? Like for example, if I got into a live account and I immediately blew up, I had a 15K live account and I immediately went DLL every day and I did not take a single payout. I didn't hold on to it for a couple weeks. I didn't take payouts from it. They're probably going to say not good. We have no place for you here right now. Some firms are more hands off. I'd say they're out there where it is a little bit clearer cut. But it's the same thing like when you get considered, right? Every firm will have, not every firm, some are just straight up bucket shops. They have no live accounts. But firms with live accounts have parameters, right? You're considered for a live account after 3 payouts from the same account, 5 payouts from the same account. That doesn't guarantee you get moved, right? I was just on a live stream with another trader who trades Tradeify. Their parameter, I think, is, I can't remember if it's 4 or 5 from the same account. They took 6 and they weren't moved live, right? Same with Top 1. There's traders that have taken multiple from the same account and not moved. There's traders that have taken 1 payout, have traded exceptionally well, built a huge buffer, taken 1, maybe copy trading, or taken multiple from different accounts, and the firm says, yeah, you're going to run it up. Let's get you into a live account. There's drawbacks and advantages to live accounts. We don't have to go into all of the details. I think if you are leveraging the sim environment, or you're an account flipper, right? And a lot of prop trading breeds really good account flippers. The live environment could be tough for you because there's no reset. You're not allowed to blow the account, right? Like account flipping, you're going to blow accounts. If you want to actually trade and you want more benefits and you want to be able to scale up, you want to be able to, reap those benefits of your hard work, live account can be pretty sweet. I think most traders, as they progress, you kind of have 2 options. Leverage the hell out of copy trading and just smash the reset button and, copy trade with, third-party trade copiers and really try to grow your payouts that way. And then get moved live and then hopefully try to trade well in live, or just move on and say, I'm never going to trade live accounts. I'm done with trading altogether. Or focus on putting yourself in the best position to get moved to a live account as you start to take payouts, right? And that's what I would consider you to do, whether you want to do it or not. What I would recommend you do, whether you want to do it or not, because it's what's going to happen. It's what's going to happen to most firms. Consolidating here around entry. Anyway, time for the giveaway, guys. Excuse me. Time for the giveaway. My duck, do something. Don't be slow. No, duck race is there. Guys, giveaway form is pinned. Get it filled out. Last chance. 60 seconds. 60 seconds. JB banned me from taking food. No intentionally blowing. Just trading how I always do. Hit a very bad losing streak. That sort of thing. Yeah. Death by 1,000 cuts. Yeah. I think it's, Wolf, to answer your question, I think it's a really good chance that you get another shot, right? If you get moved to a live account, the theory is, right, the thought process is, they think you can trade, or in one way or another, whether they think you could trade and they want to make money with you, whether you want to look at it as they're just going to limit you, they're going to stop you out because you're too much of a liability, whatever. They're putting you in a live account. If you trade, well enough, or you at least attempt to trade, you go on a losing streak, I think you get another shot. Almost always you're going to get another shot, right? It's unlikely that you get banned right away, from firms. I hope that if I don't know that I hold on to this account for forever. I hope that if I started to go on a losing streak right now, today, and I ran the account into the ground and I lost it, that I would get another shot, right? Maybe they would look at the way that I've traded. They would look at, the market agreeing with me for a decent amount of time, not trying to flip the account, not YOLOing every single day with no stop loss. Watch me stop myself out when I take losses. Watch me take multiple payouts. I think I'm into my, I can't remember if it's my 7th or 8th payout from this account so far. Percent. Well, I don't talk dollar amounts of payouts. I like to just show you guys my live trading here. But percent wise, I've put a decent percent by dollar amount on this account relative to the max loss limit, right? That I'm trading with. I hope they would look at that and say, hey, Zach tried his best. He hit a gnarly losing streak. We know these things happen. Market's not always going to go well, or he just didn't trade well. He, went on tilt, or, whatever it was. But, we're going to give you another shot. Here's how we're going to do it. They put you in sim, right? And maybe they limit you. Maybe it's one account. Maybe it's one account at a time, right? That type of deal. But I just watched a trader from the community talk about it, and they were put back into a sim account, one account, and they were told that they're going to be considered to be put right back into a live account after one payout, which I thought was awesome. I think that's dope. You're almost allowed to hop right back in, and it's coming, so you can build a buffer, right? So anyway, all right, guys, I'm clipping the form. That's it, clipping the form. It's giveaway time. We're getting ready to run a duck race. I'd love to see this thing sell back off, man. Key spot, not bad for an entry. Do we pop right here? I don't know. I would have loved to see it happen already. We're gonna find out. I still like it to the downside. We're gonna see. All right, guys. Let's see. Logical points, bro. Thanks. Let's run it. Giveaway is going to run. I know you guys got questions. Feel free to ask, man. This is Top 1 Futures. The link is in the chat. instant funded accounts. No challenge, no activation fee, no time limit. Straight into a funded account. Trading for profit that you stand to withdraw. And then the fastest path to a live account. A live prop account. All right. We have... Giveaway form is done. Giveaway form is done. We got 77 ducks in a row. Let's see. Let's see. Make sure nobody spammed it. Looking pretty good. A couple of you used a bunch of random names. All right, guys, let's run it. Let's run it, chat. Let's run it as we take the W, because this thing's going to dump and take everybody out after faking everybody up, and we're going to sell off effing 600 points from here. We're going to catch a huge W live. No, we're gonna see what happens. Maybe we pump today. Let's see. Would be nice. It would be nice to catch a W on here. I would like to catch a nice one with you guys. Honestly, man, it's been slow. Small profit. All right, we have our ducks in a row. Chat. I'm gonna make it today. Let's get ready to go. If I take another instant funded this time, I should get paid from it. Nice. Let's go. Trump duck. Give me my Trump duck. My extension. Rocket ships. All right, let's go, guys. Here we go. 2 minutes on the clock. This is for a top 1 futures 50K Ignite instant funded account. If you win, email will come directly to the email that you provided. Good luck, everybody. If you don't win today, we run these almost every day. Sometimes we run multiple. Like on Friday, we ran 3 of them. Sometimes we don't run any. Sometimes we run 5 of them. Sometimes we just run one. No purchase necessary, as always. Appreciate you guys being on here, man. Thanks for hanging out. Let's see what ducks got it today. I don't know. Here's what I'll tell you from the duck races. I've been doing some market analysis. The breakout ducks, the guys that are up front right now, the guys and girls, they don't fare too well. There's often a liquidity sweep that occurs, and there's a duck manipulation within the river, and they get stopped out very quickly. Those guys that are chasing that, that breakout, it's like trading the open. You got to be a little bit patient, guys. The ones that have the real good chance at winning, they're the come from behind winners. There's been 1 or 2 where the number 1 duck held out the whole time, but very few and far between. That breakout duck, it's tough, man. It's tough to win on that one. Let's see. James online. Yeah, we got everybody on for the stream for duck races as always. We have now 81 people on YouTube. Let's see, 40 on 39 on X, 40 on X. We got more on Kick. Everybody loves the duck races, I see. We all love free stuff. That's all right. Let's go, Mike Z on Kick. What's up? All right, guys, 30 seconds to go. Let's see. Tom Ward down on the bottom. Neo. Wykus. Mark 4-footed. We got some stop loss get hit. Neo holding strong. Tom Ward down on the bottom. Relaxing Zen. Mark 4-footed. Streamer Hub coming from behind. The 24 duck. Oh, it's a tight pack, guys. I can't even read them all. Who is the grandma duck with an equal sign? What? Grandma duck out of nowhere with an equal... Wait, hold on. Who is this? Hold on. Don't yell at them either. Nobody freak out in the chat. I have traders from Kick, some from X. Kelly is your name on Discord. W is the chat for Kelly43. I gotta make sure you're in here. Hang on one second, though. I gotta make sure you're actually in here. Where are you? Winner of the duck race? Are you on Kick? Are you on X? Are you on YouTube? Yeah, there we go. I see PJVK throwing the equal sign in there. I gotta see if you're in Discord though. Hang on. Hang on, chat. Hang on, chat. Hang on, Duck. Hang on, Duck. First off, let me make a note here because sometimes I forget who's who. That's the winner. All right. We're selling off. We're gonna come back for a W on this one, and we'll answer some questions. We had some people asking about top one. Hang tight, guys. Hang tight. Let me see where this person is. Let me see where this person actually is. Where are you at? Kelly? Kelly? I don't know. I gotta make sure this isn't, I hit second place again. W. Got W's in the chat for Kelly. Hella W's in the chat for the Grandma Duck. Let me see on this one though, guys. Hang on. You're not in Discord. You're not on X chatting it up. You're not on Kick-X chatting it up. Kelly, where are you at? I have subscriber mode on YouTube, but you should be able to chat it up anyway. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, chat. Everybody hang tight. Nobody go anywhere. We might be running. We might be in for a rerun here as we sell off back down towards VWAP. And I tell a Deal King not to tell me to not go short. I think we got to run this one again. Kelly, if you're on X. All right, here. I'm going to narrow this down. You put no use. This is for Kelly. You put no username on Kick. You put no username on YouTube. You have a Discord username, but you're also not in my Discord. So you got to be watching from X. It's the only logical conclusion. I'm going to give you until, I'm going to give you 2 minutes. I'm going to give you 2 minutes on the clock. If we don't have an answer from Kelly in the chat, confirming somehow that it is her, I will be running this back. We're going to get the Ducks ready to go again, guys. Everybody chill out. Nobody freak out. I try to be very patient with everybody. I try to make sure I give everybody the opportunity. But if you're listening and you're on X, which is the only spot that you should be winning this one, you got to claim it. It's part of the deal. You got to be here. I've had too much BS. So, I wouldn't go anywhere just yet, guys. We might be running another one. I'm getting ready. Kelly. My last name is Kelly. Give her a chance. Life gets in the way sometimes. Yeah, we will. Yeah, Purple Ninja. Here, I've done this before, by the way, guys. I've done this before just to get... You know what? You guys are awesome. Everybody's very nice. You guys are awesome. I've done this before, and the person has, like, come back, and they were like, oh, I couldn't see, or I couldn't, answer. I was actually here, and I actually find out it's somebody. I give the person the account anyway, so... You guys are nice, though. Purple Ninja, you're a good soul for saying that. Purple Ninja said, give her a chance. Life gets in the way. All right, here's what we're going to do, guys. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to run it again. Plot twist, obviously. All right. We got another no name in here. Hang on. We got another no name in here. Jimco. All right. Let's see. Let's run it. Guys, Duck Race number 2 today. Get ready. Just in case whoever this person is not a real person and they're not able to claim it. I'm going to run this one again. Part of the deal, guys, is I try to verify that you're not just an absolute scammer and that you're somewhere in one of my streams somewhere. So, we're going to go ahead and run this one, guys. 2 minutes on the clock. 50K Ignite instant funded account from Top 1 Futures. Nobody freak out if Kelly answers in the chat. She's still going to get the she's still going to get it. I'm not opening the form back up. I see a couple people said that. You got to be on here. You got to be on here for the stream. I have, as you can see, the view count doubles or triples at the end because everybody wants just the giveaways. You got to be on here, man. It's to give back to the community, right? It's open season. You don't even have to really do anything. You don't have to like or subscribe or do anything outside of fill out a form. But you got to be on here. I run them random times, random days, and you got to be on here to catch it, man. That's part of the fun. So if you missed it today, guess what? We're going to run more of them tomorrow. Don't freak out. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Round 2 on the duck race. Zach, why can't we choose our ducks? I went down to get tea. Ah. Please let me win. Let's see. We got hella rockets in the chat. I don't know if that's for the ducks or for the markets, although we are popping back up in YM here. NQ sold off super harshly. ES sold off super harshly back down to VWAP. We did not get that in YM, unfortunately. Looking a little bit dicey here, guys, on this trade. Looking a little bit dicey. Still in profit, but we're going to have to find out. We're fixing to find out. Now I'm a queen duck. Bro, clearly my duck has lost the plot. My duck is reversing. Let's see. Let's see. What ducks are going to get stopped out here? We have Hunlin 888. Soulless for 0. Chart Killer. ADN. Purple Ninja Facts down on the bottom. Now your Padre. Aaron. ADO King. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Aaron looking really strong. I don't know, man. 20 seconds to go. 20 seconds to go. Well, we got some ducks hitting stop losses here. We got a liquidity sweep. Aaron holding really strong. Not your Padre. Hunlin 888. I can't pronounce that one at the top, but the Statue of Liberty duck. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Breakout. Train with Luhan. A Discord OG. Breaking out from behind. Train with Luhan. Where are you at, my man? I know you're in here. Listen, if you're a Discord OG and you actually have a real name in the chat, I don't care if you're here or not to say what's up. It's me. W's in the chat. I don't think he's ever won one. I don't think he's been here all the time. I don't think he's ever won one. He's on the stream almost every single day, and he's in Discord. W's in the chat. We ran 2 of them today. First person was not here to claim it. If they come out of the woodwork and I can verify that it's actually them, I will still honor it. I think you guys know I'm a nice guy. I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I'm even nice to the scammers that are trying to scam me out of money, sometimes successfully. Got hit stop loss early. Yeah, guys, if there's like 70 or 80 of them in this one, sometimes you don't see it. I will say that. W's in the chat. We ran 2 of them today. Listen, we got a ton of people on, guys. If you are new here, first off, welcome to the show. We run giveaways almost every day here for Top 1 Futures instant funded accounts. The one we just gave away is, how much did these go for? $179 value. Gave away 2 of these bad boys. It's an instant funded account. No challenge, no activation fee, no time limit, no nothing. You guys want to check these out? You say, hey, Zach, that's great, but I don't even want to wait for a giveaway. Just please let me buy the account. You're wasting my time. I can do that for you with the best deal. Top 1 Futures link is in the chat if you want to check it out. It's on Kick. It's on YouTube. I'm going to throw it on X for you guys on X. That I could see everybody hanging out. Everybody piles in for the giveaway. That's cool, man. You can hop on for the giveaway. Code RDF gets it done for you guys if you want to check it out. If not, I appreciate you being here, man. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to buy any prop accounts. Like I said, man, I don't know what the best opportunity is for you. I just know for me, and I can make comparisons, but I'm partnered. I'm affiliated. I stand to make money from the link and the code. So that means you got to do your own research, make your own decisions. Maybe you say, Zach, I think those accounts suck. I hate them. I hate you. But I'm going to be here and hopefully win an account and then, I don't know, give it away or something. I've had somebody win an account and say, can you transfer it or just give me money? I don't want it. And I was like, wow, that's disappointing. But anyway, we're here live almost every day, 9:15 a.m. Eastern, trading straight from The chart. The real deal here, guys. I'm not the best. I don't claim to be. I don't have it all figured out. No prop firm leaderboards. No crazy anything. I don't have to tell you anything about my trading because I trade live here every damn day, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Usually from the same account. I hope to hold on to accounts for long enough to be trading from the same one. This one is a prop firm live account. This is Top 1 Futures, technically called a pre-live account. First stage for Top 1. A 15K. We've been trading this one for the last 3 weeks, I think. I try to keep my stuff accurate, but yeah. Listen, I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you very much. Those are the only two that we're going to run today. If you're not in the free Discord, last plug, hop in the free Discord, man. I would argue, in my humble, biased way, that this is the best trading Discord on the interwebs, in the AOL internet. 100% free. No VIP, no course, no mentorship, nothing, man. I yap about prop firms. I yap about stuff like Bookmap, things that I am affiliated with, partnered with, and I stand to make money from. But I don't sell anything. I don't have the course or the mentorship. It's all free 99, man. Come and hang out, win something, make some money, trading with me, fade me. They say, hey, that dude sucks. But, of course, whatever you do, recognize that trading's extremely risky. Most traders lose money. If you trade, you're probably going to lose all of your money. It's a stupid thing to do. I wouldn't say anybody should trade ever. It's crazy. Almost nobody makes money doing this. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all here or anywhere else. I'm just an idiot yapping on YouTube, Kick X, wherever else we're streaming for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research, make your own decisions, certainly make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts. And the affiliate and partners disclaimer that I talked about 47 times. It says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures, Code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Appreciate you guys being on the stream. We got a trade moving in profit, chat. I kind of don't want to end this one, but it's just gonna be watching it play out. You know, honestly, guys, like we do the meat of it on here live. I will do my best to call it out. I've called out every single trade that I've taken in this live account in real time, or I've taken it live with you guys here, and you've been able to watch it play out in real time. If and when I close this one, I'm going to look to call it out in Discord. So if you're not in Discord, feel free to hop in Discord. If I miss the call out, I'll let you know what happened, and I'll say that I acknowledge that I missed the call out. But we're holding short from 47,363, one mini. Stop is still at 47,562. I don't know that I'd want this to come back on me. I don't know that I'd want to let this thing come back through. I probably will in the effort of holding my trades longer for larger profits. If we take a look at ES and NQ, which I don't trade in correlation, but want to acknowledge since you guys trade it, we got to retest a VWAP here. I don't know about that, Chatty McChat. We are breaking below VWAP here on NQ, looking much weaker. Weakest out of all three, but we're going to have to see. We're going to have to see. I want to see a nice bearish close on this one. I don't think we flip this thing bullish. I think we come back down. I think we fill out this daily candle to the downside a bit. We close somewhere down here, and that would generate a very nice W for me, right? Under 200 is a 1-to-1. Not that I count risk to reward. I do not pay attention to risk to reward in that sense at all. I just pay attention to where I'm entering, where my last ditch stop loss is, my invalidation point, which I have been really enjoying, starting with a very wide invalidation point, and then manage from there, right? Some trades are going to be bangers, some are not going to be bangers. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up right here. Appreciate you being on here. Thank you for being here. See you in Discord. See you here tomorrow, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Have a great rest of the trading day. Oh, we got some questions. Hang on. Let me answer questions since you guys are still chatting. Talk about your journey, transitioning to figuring out your strategy, mental discipline, to actually start to trade. That's where I am right now. Got my strat down, and now I'm getting in my own way. JP, I talk about that a ton on here. But I'm going to give you a link, my friend. And I will definitely talk about that tomorrow because we're getting ready to wrap up. But I'm going to give you a link on here to a podcast that I just did with Austin Silver. You probably just heard his voice there because I'm trying to get the link. Here's one. And there's actually an earlier one that I've done with him. This one's for JP. That's the latest one. There's actually an earlier one that I've done with him that I go through, I'd say, even earlier my journey. If you scroll back in, you go back in time through his stuff, you could find it. You could also go to my site, this one right here. All of the links and all of me yapping about my journey and all that type of stuff is on this link as well. But tomorrow we can talk more about it for sure. But I got a full podcast if you want to listen to that. Top 1 Ignite account is an instant funded account. Yes, John. Top 1 Futures is a instant funded firm. These 3 are all instant funded accounts. This Top 1 Futures Ignite account, which we were showing right here, and we have the link in the chat. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask. I'll hang out with you guys. I don't care. Because now you guys are asking good questions. John, it's an instant funded account. Thanks, Zach. Zach, how do we make the payout on the Ignite account with no ESS? There's a consistency rule. There's a consistency rule on the Ignite account. Right here. There's no minimum trading days to pay out, but there is a 15% consistency rule saying that no single day of profit can be larger than 15% of your total profit when you go to request a withdrawal. I have videos on my YouTube, which you guys are on, for all of this. Video breaking down consistency, breaking down ESS, comparing all of these side by side so you guys can say, this is confusing. I don't know what the hell the difference between all of these are. Hop on my YouTube. The last video that I have, I think is the last one, is a comparison of all 3 of the instant funded from Top 1. Who won? We talked about that multiple times. He must have hopped on late, my brother. 2 people won today. King of Futures. No king. No king of anything, man. Just a regular idiot. Zach got a big heart. I try, man. I try. Nice. I think that was it for questions. Guys, if you have more questions, feel free to hop in Discord. You can talk to me right after this. Hop in Discord if you're still here. If you have other questions, you have questions about Top 1, you have questions about trading, you have questions about anything, feel free to hop in my 100% free trading Discord. There's the link again right there. Gonna see if this trade can't play out. Throwing a $60 in profit. See if we can't come back down through VWAP to the current volume point of control. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks for being here. We already did disclaimer. I'll see you guys live in Discord. I'll see you guys live here tomorrow. I'll see you guys in Discord, not live in Discord. See you guys live here tomorrow, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate y'all.